Hey everyone, welcome to Tellin' Times. I'm Jeremy. This is the show all about the classic MMORPG, Vanguard Saga of Heroes. It comes out every Sunday. This is an episode I want to cover of just me questing and doing my daily routine, doing what I do. I thought it would be really interesting to kind of show you a day in the life of me in Vanguard. I think what this will do is it'll give you an idea of what it's like to play Vanguard, whether you sit down for half an hour or 5 hours or more at a time, and just maybe, I don't know, get an impression of what you could do if you wanted to. I'm not going to show you every little thing that's possible, but you'll get to see pretty accurately what I do and how I do it, and I will talk about other aspects of the game and whatnot. I'm a fairly casual player. I don't really do a whole lot, and there's two things, well, maybe just one major issue that I hear all the time in games and in real life, and I don't know how I feel about it, but efficiency is something that's talked about all the time. You always hear things like people saying, well, you know, whatever you're going to do in life, you should do it right the first time, right? My mother actually taught me that, and I think that's a really excellent thing to live by. It's like, if you're going to do something, do it right. And a lot of other people feel that way too, and I think for good reason. But I don't know, I just feel differently when it comes to this kind of, playing a video game. I mean, first of all, if you're gonna do something and do it right, I don't know. It's a video game. It's a form of entertainment. So I don't know. I just think that, to me, that saying is great. It applies to many things. Like, yeah, great. If you're going to do, if you're, I don't know. If you're trying to put together a house, you should do it right, build it right, and learn how to build and everything. If you're going to do your homework at school, for class, you should do it right. I just don't. I mean, but if you're sitting around, I mean, it's like saying if you're going to watch TV, you should do it right. It's like if you're going to play with a ball of yarn, you should do it right. I don't know. Maybe it's not 100% clearly cut and dry. Maybe I'm not 100% right, maybe I'm not 100% wrong, but it's just, I don't know. It's like, I don't think it really applies. So, my friends always get on me about that, because they're like, what are you doing? You're wasting time. Come on, we have to do this. And he's always like, and he is the machine. He is the efficiency machine, my one friend. He literally, and he didn't, in World of Warcraft, and he didn't even need Quest Helper. Back in the day, he literally, and he could do it fairly quickly, too. He would map things out in his mind, and he'd be like, okay, let's go quest, and he's like, hey, let's go over here and here and here. And, he would just, bam, 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 lay it out in his mind, and he'd be like, okay, let's go here, and say, oh, cool, we can do this, this, and this, and this. And he goes, and then when we're in the middle of doing our third one, we can stop off here, and turn these in, and then keep going. And if one of us other party members, other friends, were like, if we did something like slow down to pick something up, he'd be like, come on, we're messing with the program. So, I mean, people do it and people like to do it. And yes, I suppose it's an extension of living a good lifestyle. I suppose it's not bad, and I wouldn't. But I don't want to say I'm bad because I don't do that. I totally can't do that. And I don't think that's bad of me to do that in a video game. I mean, because it might as well be watching TV. It's like, if you're going to watch a TV, you should do it efficiently. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing the boat somewhere. But, that's my rant for the week, I guess. I was in the middle of a quest there, doing a little quest to kill some hobgoblins for a place called Rent and Keep that's right down this road here. This is what I've been doing lately, last few days that I log in. I've been logging in maybe, I think I logged in for about an hour yesterday, and then a second time I logged in for about another hour because I got to log in a second time. And I think the day before that I got to log in for like 30 minutes or an hour. So I haven't been having tremendously long play sessions, but right now I'm just kind of feeling in the mood to try to get to level 20. I'm at 87.44%. You know, and I got this added incentive right now because of the June loyalty reward to get a house, you know. I'm usually not caring about leveling up, solely leveling up. I mean, sure, it's on my mind, I think about it, but I'm not usually too focused on it. This is actually the most I've really stayed focused on anything, just because this house, I have to reach level 20 to get it and get by the end of June. But I think I'll be okay. I'm at 87.44%, and there's about 9 or 10 days left in June, so I think I'll be okay. And also, I've just been doing some other questing here because, again, that's what I've kind of been focusing on the last couple days. And before that, I was just jumping around between crafting and questing in this area. Right down this road right in front of me, if you kept going down and to the left, this little outpost called Three Rivers. I was doing some questing there. And just for fun, like, I wasn't even doing it for I just wanted to see what would happen. I talked about this in another episode. You can do missives, which are sort of like daily quests in World of Warcraft or Runes of Magic and other games. And you can get them from these bulletin board type deals. You don't see anything in here right now for me because I already have one. Let me try to find it. It's Bower Apple. Here it is. Task for Rent and Keep, Curses. I've been doing these missives, right? Because you get certificates for completing them. And then you can turn those... Well, you also get experience. I mean, they are a great way to act as a daily quest to, like, continue to level up. But, you can turn the acquired certificates into this guy. This guy?
Can I help you?
Yeah, I would like to redeem. Now you can redeem 1 missive at a time, 5, or 10. And I've been shooting for 10, just because I want to see what you get. I've already done this in Three Rivers, by the way, just because I wanted to see what would happen. I mean, it takes a long time. Yeah, I've only got like maybe 3 certificates so far, I think. No, 2. Yeah, look at this. Completed missives of Rent and Keep 2. So I got 8 more to do. And actually, this one I'm currently on is to kill, 10 or 16 fairies, I said? Let me find it again. I always lose track of it. There it is. To kill 10 of these. These are actually kind of hard. I think they're 3-dot mobs, which I talk about the difficulty of mobs in this game. And for a solo dwarf rogue, that's not the easiest thing. But, so I've been doing that lately. And like I said, just questing around here, killing some bugs, and sometimes I'll just sit like what I'm doing here. You don't see me actually doing anything. Yesterday, for instance, a friend of mine logged in, and I was talking to her for quite a while, for almost the entire time I was playing the game. And I don't always multitask very well, and sometimes I don't want to because I just want to really, really be lazy and relax. So I'm just chilling out. I was doing a quest. Actually, let me go work on it a little bit. Or did I finish it already? Here's one. The Bower in the Fields, Bower Apple, and Whiteberry Bunch. I completed the other one yesterday, actually, after I finished talking to her, because I was almost done. But I was kind of just half paying attention, and it's a gathering quest. So there were these tiny little plants hidden around. Like, see this chicken here? It would be smaller than that chicken. And they do have little sparklies above them, and I'll show you what they look like in a minute. But they were really, really tiny. Like, really hard to find. Like, see this grass? They would be smaller than that grass. They do look different, so you would notice it if you paid attention. But yeah, so anyways, I'm talking to her for like an hour, just chatting in the chat, and having a great conversation, just talking away, and and I'm not even really. Sometimes I'll just run around, and I'm like, what am I doing? Where am I going? I won't even really be paying attention, and and then I'll be like, oh, that's right, I was looking for this plant, So within an hour, I gathered like 3 plants while I was talking to her. And then like I finished, because I only needed 2 more, so I finished when I was done talking to her, and I turned it in, and I logged off for the night. And I do that a lot. So that was a tremendously successful, fun gaming session for me. It always is. Like, I'm not going to play a video game if I'm not having fun. Like, I understand getting caught up in things. Of course I do. I'm the king of getting caught up. I'm the king of OCD. I'll click on a resource node for 4 hours straight. Like, don't get me started on that. So I'm not drawing a line in the sand. I'm not saying this is written in stone. But yeah, it's just like, sometimes what the key difference in all of these circumstances here, there's a very key difference to me, and that is choice and option. In a game like, in some other games, you have crafting, you can gather and craft recipes, and then you can dungeon run and stuff. Now, that's what you can do in Vanguard, so you might be asking, okay, so what's the difference? Well, there's a big difference. There's a key difference, and it makes all the difference. difference. How many times I'm going to say difference? And that key change, or difference, is that the game has other things that you can do that actually, like, are fun. Now, some games say, yes, you have this and this. You have choice, but you don't really have choice. You don't. Like, I don't know, in some other games, like, say the crafting in Runes of Magic, you don't really have all that much choice. Crafting is almost totally useless. And I do still gather sometimes, because I just want to hang out and be like, oh yeah, talk with my friends. So while I'm talking, I'll be gathering and leveling up my crafting, but there's really no point to it. In Vanguard, yeah, there's points to it. You're going to be crafting stuff you can actually use, that other people can and would want to use, stuff you can actually sell, and stuff people would actually buy, and it's actually fun to craft it, so it's like, on and on and on. I'm not denouncing other stuff. World of Warcraft, I love their crafting system. I love the way it's set up. I do. And even Runes of Magic. I think they have excellent core crafting mechanics in those games. They're really great. But they undermine them through the other features in the game. So you don't really have that choice and whatnot that it might look like on the outset, whichever is grammatically correct for that sentence. So that's, let's see, I got 2 rants in so far this week. So what you see me doing right now is kind of what I've been doing lately for the last couple weeks, actually. Just been bumming around this castle. The other day, I saw some people talking, and I saw there was a GM event, so I was like, ooh, cool. So I hopped over to a new area called, where was that? Cohen's Rush. Here it is on my Riftway. You can see it here, level 14-18 territory. Cohen's Rush. Yeah, it was great fun. So I jumped over there. It lasted, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes-ish. And while I was there, I took 161 screenshots. I took about a 1.5, 2 minute long video, and just watched, and I really enjoyed watching. I didn't really get to participate because it was high level stuff. They were killing the mighty dragon, so. But it was really fun to watch. So that's something else I did, and that's something I do a lot. I mean, Runes of Magic used to have a lot of GM events. I'd do the same thing, and if I was strong enough, I'd participate, and usually I would take a ton of screenshots and some video if I could, and then so I can upload them to my blog or whatnot, and then okay, sometimes here's something I do sometimes. Sometimes I'm not much of a role player. I'm not a hardcore role player, but I do a little bit. I'm one of those people that are like in between. I'm the kind of casual player that just loves to piddle around, and then every once in a while, it's sort of like when you're out with your friends at a party, right? Or just hanging out. Like maybe you're at dinner with some friends, longtime friends you haven't seen for a long time, say. And you guys are just having a blast, catching up on good old days, and talking about movies and TV. And you know how sometimes you just all of a sudden get into character to get a laugh out of your friends or something. You'd be like, all of a sudden, it's like the line must, you talk like Picard or something. Be like, the line must be drawn here or something, And then your friends laugh, and you that's role playing. You role play even if it was for 5 seconds. And that's sort of what I do. I just flit in and out of those moments. Very much like being at a party and kind of just jumping into a random tiny comedy skit or something. And it's not always comedy. Sometimes I will. Sometimes I'll be like, sometimes I really get into it too. Like, I'll be by myself and killing these ants and for some reason, all of a sudden I'm just pretending like and then I'll get into this mode where like, ooh, I gotta sneak up on them and be careful, and okay, it's like, okay, and I'm kind of trying to pretend I'm really living in this world. So, to varying degrees, I do try to role play more than other times, and for longer periods of time than other times. Most of the time, I'm not one of those types that are like insisting on being in character and this whole out of character chat, staying in character chat and stuff. Well, whatever, that's cool. But I'm too ADHD to stick with any one thing for long. I'm on another character, which just for fun, I wanted to see the inside of every single dungeon in the game, and there's tons. This is just within my level range right here. I went over this a week or two ago, so you might want to check out my dungeons and raid progression video from a week or two ago, if you want. So I want to, and these start at like level 4, and so I just want to see them. I don't want to go through them to win. I don't want to go through them to get gear, although I probably will get the gear, and I'll need to, probably, a little bit. I just want to see the inside of all the dungeons, because, I think it's kind of cool. I think they could be fun and really cool to explore and see, at least once, so I want to do that on my other character. Most of the time I'm on this character, and like I said, you can see how much I've been leveling since I've been playing. And you might think, oh, that's just because you're talking and you're making this video. Yes, that's true, but I also do what you're seeing right now. I do this a lot on my own. I really do. And I log out and I have a lot of fun. I had a blast. It's just the way I am. I like virtual worlds that I can live in, but I try not to get too insanely serious about it. I mean, it's not like that whole movie about D&D being real, if anybody remembers that from like the late 70s or 80s. It's not like that. But I do want it to be a real virtual world that my character can live in. And I want to be able to craft. I want that crafting to be useful. I want to be able to carry on. It's like an ecosystem. It's like you craft, and that's crafting can be used in the auction house, and that auction house can be used in the economy, and the economy can be used to buy other weapons and armor from other people, and that armor and weapons from other people can be used to go into the dungeons or help you do questing better, and doing more questing better can help you get epic, it's all connected kind of thing. And it's big. I like the big variety in Vanguard. It's epic and wide. And, I mean, come on. It's awesome just to look at. I mean, look at that sky. So I'm going to end this now. But I really wanted this to be an unscripted, unplanned, kind of like day in the life of Jeremy playing Vanguard. While it might not have been exactly that, I hoped my rambling rants kind of, at least helped give you an idea of maybe what Vanguard feels like to me to play, and like what I like to do, not just in Vanguard, but in many other MMOs. So I'm going to wind down. You can always find me on Twitter. I'm at Jeremy_Stratton. I'm on Google, Google Plus, Jeremy Stratton on Google Plus. I have a new Facebook presence now. I think it's facebook.com/justonemore, spelled MMORE, and that leads me to my blog, justonemore.com, spelled MMORE. And of course, all those links and more will be in the description box below. And don't forget to check out Dungeoneered every Friday about player-made homes and dungeons in EverQuest 2, and my new show User, all about user-generated content in MMOs on Saturdays. And I'll see you guys next week.